Probably one of the strangest stories that I ended up in LA. I didn't think it was going to happen with sort of like COVID and stuff like that. But going back to when I was just a little kid, it's always been something that I have wanted to sort of do and make the leap. And, with media, it kind of just makes sense. But I don't know if you know this about sort of like immigration and what it's like to get to the States and stuff like
No,
that.
not
But
really.
it's not an easy feat. They don't kind of make it too easy for you. But yeah, so sort of like, I guess you could consider me somewhat of a country boy from Australia. So, you don't really hear too many people doing what I've done either. And then always sort of like, yeah, wanted to make the leap, I guess, sort of just jumping into how I did get here. When the pandemic happened, everything sort of shut down. So me and my partner were kind of like, oh no, what are we going to do? Probably going to just stay in Australia forever. So we started sort of a side hustle business, and that's sort of like primarily what my partner focuses on as well as their job here. But thought that we'd just go into this thing called the diversity visa lottery. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, so like it's basically where I think it's like 25 million people apply for this each year. It's just kind of like the lottery for a green card.
Hmm.
So you just like chuck your name in, all your details. They do like police checks and stuff like that. You have to go and do all of that. And then, yeah, driving home one day, just thought I'd check my emails while I stopped to get gas. And it said like that I'd been selected to move on to sort of the next round, which is basically you've been picked for vetting, and then you got to go do all the interviews and stuff like that. But ended up winning a green card, and that was kind of crazy because of the pandemic being shut down. The only place in Australia that does all of these green cards and interviews and stuff like that wasn't doing them. Had a fiscal year, sort of went into some sort of legal to try and get it all done and class actions and stuff like that. Ended up getting posted to Fiji, where me and my partner ran to. We had like 2 days to do medicals and stuff like that. But yeah, got the tick of approval, did all the interviews and stuff like that, and then thought, amazing, what's this going to do for our life? I was 29 at the time, and we just quit our jobs and moved to the States as permanent residents with a green card. And honestly, like that changed our lives. Like it's been the best thing that's ever happened, but probably not the most typical way. And people say all the time, they're like, oh, do you need me to marry you for a green card? And I'm like, nope, already married, got it sorted, we're all good. But yeah, that's how I got here. And I have been here for 2 years now. And I kind of like still pinch myself that my life is real because it just doesn't feel real. It just feels all too cruisy and all too lucky, if that makes sense.